Hugh Jackman and Rebecca Ferguson star in this new sci-fi thriller, Reminiscence. The story centers on the relationship of these two actors, Nick Bannister, who runs a business where his machine allows people to relive their past memories, and then May goes to Nick because she misplaced her keys and needs help finding them, recall the memory of where they are. One day, May disappears without notice after Nick and her create a relationship that lasts 4 years. It seems like in the films it might just be a couple months, but a real connection's there and a love is there that Nick has for May. So Nick is determined to find where she has gone as he interrogates known associates of May as his shady past is slowly revealed in this movie. This is the feature film debut of Lisa Joy, who is a co-creator of the hit TV show Westworld. This was a good feature film for her because of Reminiscence is within the same genre as that of Westworld and the type of movies and TV shows she's created in the past. The film very much reminds me of Westworld and Minority Report as well. I enjoyed the pace of this film though, as certain plot points are revealed to us at the right time to keep me interested. The movie takes place years in the future in Miami after it's flooded by rising sea levels, and I like that concept of the setting. The future world made it the setting so cool with the buildings floating on water and water rushing through the streets. I just thought it was a cool visual. And then it touches upon the distribution of wealth. In the movie, as a wealthy own the dry land, the nice land that grows green grass and not flooded by the waters of the sea. I just like this concept a lot, as you can see the monopoly of one family controlling land and the real estate and just being able to put people in the slums and the ghettos and not take care of them. But just by looking at the buildings flooded by water and the dirty trash everywhere, you knew the place had some bad people. And this is where Hugh Jackman has to go to find out what happened to Rebecca Ferguson's May, who was in the film. The whole concept of the film is really intriguing to me, as I thought it was going to be a completely different movie based on the trailers I saw. The movie makes you think about life and whether to live in the present or dwell in the past. People who could not handle the world would visit Nick to relive the past when times were happier, when they had joy in their life, rather than these flooded waters and just poor just depression setting in for them because of where they are. And it just, this machine Nick's made just has people focus on looking back rather than changing the current situation for a better future. And this dilemma is something that Nick faces as well. Once May disappears, is whether he should just relive the past memories he had with her or try and find her and make a good future. And I love this dilemma and thought the movie explained both sides of the coin very well, and the struggle Nick goes through in trying to find May. And then a subplot of this movie is about a war that broke out years before, with Nick being drafted to fight in it. This war is not explained in great detail. It's clouded in mystery. The war mainly dealt with the distribution of land, like before I discussed. And this sub story, the movie would be interesting to explore in a prequel for me, just because the world created of the flood Miami interests me very much. It reminds me of Waterworld and just this futuristic world of Miami and the world in general would be good to revisit in a prequel or a sequel to this movie, I think. This movie draws its story from the ancient legend of Orpheus and Eurydice. The story is mentioned in the movie by Hugh Jackman, and researching the ancient story after watching the movie and just knowing more of this ancient story made me like the movie even more of Reminiscence. I went into this movie ready to be disappointed, thinking it was going to be like Transcendence. Instead, I really enjoyed watching this movie and the connection these two stories had, and where Lisa Joy drew her source contact from this ancient tale. So my score of Reminiscence is 82 out of 100. Hugh Jackman and Rebecca Ferguson give good performances in this movie, but it's the world created by Lisa Joy that I really enjoyed. Reminiscence is available now on HBO Max, and go check it out in theaters too. Now stay a little bit longer for my top 5 movies of Hugh Jackman's career. Hugh Jackman has been a part of my film viewing life since his iconic performance as Wolverine and X-Men way back in the year 2000. Since then, he has starred in some great movies, but also some really bad movies like movie 43, Or I also saw The Fountain a few months ago and was just so confused by what was happening in it. But anyways, we're here to count down his top 5 movies, not his bottom worst 5. So number 5 is Rise of the Guardians. It's an animated movie that doesn't get enough credit for how good it is. It kind of got slid on the table with other big studio movies coming out that year that came out. And then up next at number 4 is The Prestige. But come on, it's Nolan directing. Of course, it's going to be great with a twist I did not see coming. At number 3 is his iconic role of Wolverine in X-Men. And the number 2 spot is Prisoners, a great revenge film with probably Jackman's best performance. I think it's been in other top 5 lists of mine that I've created here with these videos. But number 1, it has to be Logan. Just the payoff of playing the character for 20 years is great as we watch an old man Logan fight for one last time.